Hi, and welcome to PetStyle Health and Wellness. I'm Jill Cordes, and this girl right here, this is Ruby. Say hello, Ruby. So beautiful. We all know people who suffer from allergies to cats and dogs, but did you know that 20% of our canine companions suffer from allergies too? That's 7 million dogs, and they have extreme discomfort and itching. Gals like Ruby here, she has allergies, and they can't tell us about it, so it's frustrating for them, it's frustrating for us. So we're here at the Center for Specialized Veterinary Care in Long Island, and we're going to find out how you can tell if your dog suffers from allergies and how to alleviate the problem. Today we were going to talk to you about allergies. And I know that Ruby is actually a perfect example because she does have allergies.
She suffers tremendously.
What exactly is a dog allergy?
An allergy is a body's overreaction to something that other animals or people would not normally react to. So it's a hypersensitivity reaction. Come here, good girl. There we go.
The diet's working really well.
Yeah, Ruby's got a couple of issues, so she's a good one for us, right, Jill?
I was surprised to find out about 20% of dogs have allergies.
Ruby, look at, she's so itchy, she's itching herself on me. Bye, Ruby. Yeah, it's true. A lot of dogs suffer from allergies. It's surprising to think it, but hopefully after today's discussion we'll understand that a lot of people may not have even recognized that their pets have allergies. But it is very, very common.
What are then the symptoms of an allergy in a dog?
Itchiness is the number one symptom. You know, we get allergic, we don't tend to get skin itchy, we tend to get upper respiratory or nasal symptoms,
right.
And that's pretty rare in a dog, but dogs really do become very, very itchy. And you'll notice they'll lick their feet, they'll scratch behind their elbows, and a lot of times they'll get very, very itchy ears. So dogs that get chronic ear infections, a lot of times that's because of an allergy.
Huh, and so not something that, allergy is not the first thing you would think of. If they're itching their ear, you might think they have a mite or...
You might think they have a sore in their
right.
ear, or if you have kids, they put
right.
something in the ear. I was
right.
convinced with my own dog, I was convinced my kids did something.
What do dogs get allergic to typically?
The most common causes of allergies in dogs, number one would be fleas today, extremely common. You know, in the warmer climates, we see fleas all year round. In the northern, cooler climates, we don't see fleas as often. Mm-hmm. So those types of allergies may be more seasonal.
Okay.
But the other thing that they get allergic to is inhaled substances, and that's called atopic dermatitis. Besides the fancy name, it really means things that they become allergic to through inhaling them or through contact on their skin. Believe it or not, they can become, through these, manifested by allergies with even wool, mites in your clothing, okay. Mites in the dust. Typical things, same things that we're allergic to, pollens in the trees and the grass,
so airborne.
Other flowers, many airborne things. But did you ever think that your dog could be allergic to your cat?
No.
Yeah,
can a dog be allergic to a cat just like we can be allergic?
Absolutely. Danders that we become allergic to, our dogs can also become allergic to. So those are things that, we don't typically think
right.
of. But yeah, and that's inhaled allergies. So many things, all these different kinds of allergies cause itchiness for the most part. There are some other symptoms they can cause besides itchiness, like intestinal problems. Some will get respiratory problems. And some will have chronic inflammation in their nose and in their airway from allergies, but it's not as common as really the primary itchiness.
So what will you recommend people do if they take their animal to the vet, if they, suspect an allergy and they just can't quite crack the case?
There are specialists, just like in human medicine, veterinary allergists and dermatologists who they can go to get that extra help and figure out what's going on. And actually, we have a really wonderful dermatologist here, Dr. Norma White-Withers, who we're really proud of, and she's just great. Maybe we should take Ruby to her and see what's
Come
going
here, Ruby. We're going to go on a field trip. Yeah, I heard I was going to get to visit a pet dermatologist today. How exciting is that? Oops.
Hi, Ruby.
Because I understand, Dr. Weathers, you are a dermatologist, and
yes,
there's only 2 pet dermatologists in Long Island, and
that's
only
correct.
A couple hundred across the whole country.
That's correct.
It's a very specialized field you're in.
It is.
What exactly does a pet dermatologist do?
Well, I diagnose and treat skin diseases that are related to allergies in both dogs and cats. Based on what the client tells us and based on what the referring vet tells us, then we go ahead and we do our workup for allergies. We are going to do a physical exam on Ruby at this moment to determine what type of allergies Ruby has. The most important clinical sign for allergy is itching.
Okay. Makes
so
sense.
If your pet starts to itch, there is some allergy somewhere. And it's usually the beginning of the problem.
Is this a curable problem?
Allergic dermatitis cannot be cured, but it can be controlled. I usually question the owner, and there's a long history that they have to fill out. And what I would ask is, what did you see first, the itching
Mm-hmm.
or the sores?
Mm-hmm.
The other question, does your pet itch all year round or it's seasonal?
Mm.
So if the pet itches in the spring and the summer, then you know the allergy is airborne.
All right, so show us what you would do for a patient like Ruby.
A mite called Demodex. I want to pick up and see if there are any bacteria on the skin. So let's proceed to showing you how I do a skin scrape.
Okay.
Okay. Pinch the skin and I scrape. I put it on the oil.
Such a good patient. You're like the
So
greatest patient
this
ever.
is a skin scraping.
What does this skin scraping do?
It picks up cells from the skin. It also picks up mites that are in the hair follicles, and that's why I squeeze the skin.
Goodness. What's next?
The next, I do a cytology, and it's called tape stripping. Press it on the skin, and I pick it up.
Okay.
And what it does, it also picks up cells. Okay, after I do that, I'll go to the lab, I'll stain these,
Okay.
look under the microscope, and determine if Ruby has mites or a bacterial skin infection.
Show us some of the stuff you have on your computer. What are we looking at here?
What you're looking at here, I did an intradermal skin test on a dog that I suspect was having atopic dermatitis. and
That's
I
what
was
his skin
correct.
looked like?
That's the skin. And if you notice, these wheals are very large, and these are very positive reactions.
Mhm.
So this dog is very allergic. This dog has allergic dermatitis and has been scratching the ear. So that's the ear. And what you find is that by scratching the ear, it becomes infected, and so you have these pustules or pimples on the ear. And that's a sign that there's an infection.
Hmm.
There are some animals that will come in because they chew their feet,
Mm.
which is a sign of allergy. They will have broken off nails. In between their toes will be very red and itchy. And as you see here, this dog is having an infection of the nail. This is a picture of a dog
Uh-huh.
with very severe skin infection.
Yeah. Wow.
There are large pimples here, and it's very, very crusty.
What would a food allergy look like in the skin?
Okay. A food allergy in the skin looks just like airborne allergies.
Okay.
There's no difference.
So it's hard to diagnose immediately.
So, because they look alike, a lot of clients will be very upset because they say, okay, let's change the diet. And they said, oh, my dog is on a premium brand diet, but it doesn't matter. An animal can develop allergies at any time, from 6 months to 13 years old.
Is there a certain ingredient for dogs that, just to sort of know that dogs are often allergic to XYZ?
The most common allergen in food is a protein.
Like a
Whether
meat or a
beef,
chicken?
Yeah,
Wow.
beef or chicken or turkey. There are some dogs that are allergic to the additives they put in there.
Mhm.
And so it is very difficult to diagnose food allergy. I love my clients because they do what I tell them to do. It's a very drawn out process.
Takes a long,
Takes a long time.
Wow, that can be frustrating. Thank you, Jose, for being such a good assistant with Ruby, and thank you, Dr. White Weathers. It's really informative, interesting stuff.
It is.
Thank you for enlightening us. And for all of you out there, if you do find that your four-legged friend is itching and a lot of discomfort or even has a really sore foot, take them right to the vet because it will help put them out of their pain and suffering, and it'll save you lots of dollars in the long run. We want them to be healthy with us all the time. Isn't that right, Ruby? I know.